From beautiful downtown Sacramento, it's time for Beach Blanket Fort Bingo.
Beach Blanket Fort Bingo. Beach Blanket Fort Bingo. Fort Bingo. Spouse has got a show when you really want to know what's going on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beach Blanket Fort Bingo. Fort Bingo. Got music on the do and your favorite comics too. Grab a spot and settle in, 'cause it's high time we begin. Beach Blanket Fort Bingo Podcast. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to this bite-sized episode of Beach Blanket Fort Bingo. I'm your host, Steve Schnee. My regular co-host, Ronnie Barnett, is on assignment. Now, my very special guests on this episode are Reg and Peter O'Doherty, also known as Dog Trumpet. Many of you know them as former members of Mental as Anything, but Reg and Peter have been creating some incredibly great music as Dog Trumpet for 3 decades now. I spoke to them last year, and we covered their career up to that point. So now we're going to focus on current events, which includes recent vinyl reissues, a brand new album due in November, and the brilliant new single, Fucking Idiots. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. What?
So keep it clean, Steve.
Yeah, this is a family show.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dog Trumpets, Peter O'Doherty, and Reg Mabassa. Welcome to the Blanket Fort, gentlemen, again.
Oh, thanks for having us. Nice to talk to you again.
A lot has happened since the last time we spoke, which was, I believe, a little over a year ago. Demon Records has reissued your back catalog on colored vinyl. You're just about to release a brand new single and an album at the end of the year, and the world has gone to shit. How have you been?
Oh, good apart from the last thing you said.
Yeah, it has gone to shit a bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's been a fairly, it's been a traumatic, anxious time for the whole world, really, the last 2 or 3 years now, with all the combination of the virus, and then in Australia, the bushfires and floods, and then the larger political thing of all these horrid, fascist leaders getting hold of, countries that were once democracies. It's not very good.
We've already dealt with your history in previous interviews, but I want to briefly chat about the vinyl reissues of your back catalog. How did that deal with Demon happen? Because they're based in the UK.
So it sort of came off the back of the fact that they've been looking after Mental as Anything and the back catalogue for the Mentals over the last previous, well, probably five years or more. And they had been reissuing the Mentals catalogue on vinyl, and also before Greedy Smith died 2 years ago, there was a re-release of a new package of greatest hits for the Mentals, and so they were, they'd been very supportive of the Mentals, and we thought, well, look, we know that they knew about us and the sideline project from the Mentals. I mean, it's not really a sideline project with Dog Trumpet. We've been now going for 30 years. We're working on our 8th album, which we've almost finished now. So, we thought we had a pretty good solid back catalogue to at least throw at them, and they liked what they heard, and said they were going to reissue. Well, they were going to issue a vinyl record for us. We actually at the beginning we just thought, oh, they're probably just going to package up a distillation of what we've done over all those albums and have some sort of a best of Dog Trumpet. But to our surprise, they were keen to release the whole catalogue, every record from 1991's Two Heads, One Brain through to 2020's Great South Road. So we're really thrilled about that. It's great to have it all on vinyl again,
and also on coloured vinyl, which is an extra treat for fans of coloured vinyl.
I've seen pictures of them, and they look absolutely beautiful. They do.
Good for us because we're colorblind, so apparently they do look good.
While many artists don't necessarily go back and listen to their own music, did either you take times to listen to this these vinyl reissues, especially since a lot of them are making their vinyl debut?
We listened to some of it.
I actually I don't have an operating vinyl turntable at the moment. It's broken. I did have one recently, but I haven't. So I haven't been able to play the vinyl things. I'll have to listen to them at Peter's place. He's got one.
Yeah, but my one's like an old sort of one of those little fold out ones you would take on a picnic. So it doesn't sound that good and only barely operates. So I didn't really comprehensively listen to the whole 7 albums so far.
Now
I just assumed they're good.
We spoke last year about the then new album, Great South Road, and you've got this brand new album coming in November called Shadowland. Have you been working on this since before Great South Road? Because usually the Dog Trumpet turnaround's about 5 years.
Well, there'll probably be at least, there's one song from the Great South Road sessions which will make it to this record, which is one that just didn't go on that because of just space. We'd try and keep it down to about 12 songs, for each record days. And 12 songs, especially if you're going to go on the vinyl, you don't really want to have too much more than that unless they're 2-minute songs, so, and some of our songs have been stretching out a bit more. We've been playing jamming a bit more on, especially on this new collection of songs. So there's one song which is actually one of Reg's songs. It's not really a song, it's an instrumental.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we have pretty much we've recorded and written most of the new album in the last 2 years or so.
Yeah.
Right. Now
COVID's been good for us and that way that we've been locked down, so we got a lot more time to concentrate on just working together and working the songs up, and we just kept a sort of, when we could get together, there were times where we couldn't because of the lockdowns here in Australia, but when we could, we were working pretty diligently, and keeping a good rhythm. Every week we were working on all the new songs, and we had a chance to really sort of probably in a way develop the songs in a slightly different direction to in the past. We tried different versions of things and sped things up and slowed things down, and we're doing it all at home. It's just the two of us on this album. In our previous albums, we've had quite a few different guests, musicians come on to the album. But again, because of COVID and the restrictions, and it felt just right to do it very in-house, the two of us. And I'm using like a program for the drums, which is actually a great program. So I'm writing the drums as a real drummer would play. So it's it all feels very organic, and we've been able to again in a way jam in a different way of jamming, but over a long period of time we're jamming some of these songs out. And the new song, well fucking idiots, I guess we'll get that to that in a minute, but that's a product of that kind of approach.
Let's talk about the new single, Fucking Idiots. Now, initially, when I first saw the title of the song, I was thinking the song was going to be about the current situation in the Ukraine, but it's actually about much more than that. I mean, it's a timeless song. You could have played this song 60 years ago. Was there a main incident that sparked the writing of this song?
No, not really. I've always been interested in history, and because we sort of grew up in the shadow of the Second World War, and our parents were in the armed forces and English Army and Air Force with mum and dad, and our uncles, and a lot of our culture, and as kids was playing war and reading war comics. So you become sort of obsessed with it. And then I was about 11, I think, when the Cuban Missile Crisis happened, and that really worried me as a kid because I could tell all the adults were worried. And it's just always seemed to me completely ridiculous that we've got these enormous armies and arsenals, and we've still, and the whole idea of nation states and nationalism and patriotism are such stupid, useless concepts, and they've caused all these problems in the world, and it's still going on. The funny thing is with nationalism and patriotism, the caveat is that if people are fighting a bully like Putin or Hitler, well, then it kind of is useful to cheer up your citizens, to resist them. But Putin and Hitler are also motivated by nationalism and patriotism. They really are stupid and useless concepts.
Yeah. The first thing you hear in the song is "Wake up, humans, fucking idiots." Now, I know that this thought has passed through many people's minds over the years. it's an honest assessment of the state of humanity right now. Now, however, did you have to edit yourself at some point, or is this exactly how the lyrics tumbled out?
No, they pretty much all came out. Most of the, probably the first verse and the chorus came out pretty quickly. And one night I was just sitting around and I taped it on a little iPod thing, and I just thought, oh, well, that sounds all right. No, so I didn't alter it. I had to work on the second verse a bit and come up with a few more words, but I got most of it in one go, actually.
Wow.
It's interesting too, because if you listen to all the lyrics of the song, it's almost every line is a question. So to me, it's almost like an existential plea. Like, why? Come on, why are we so stupid? What are we doing? Can't we do better than this? But
yeah,
and you could have gone a lot further too, because it's very much about, it's got, I suppose, focused on a military aspect of our stupidity. You don't really dig too much into other things, which you could have easily had verses about the climate and and environmental damage and destruction and overconsumption and all the other stuff we do.
Too much to get in one song.
No, that's right. There are plenty of other songs in there.
I mean, the other, it sort of briefly touches on people, on very rich people shooting animals and big fish. And that's another big problem in the world. We got these that capitalism has metastasized in the last 50 years. It's become a lot worse and more ruthless, and the executives and the owners and the billionaires get way more money, and that's causing a lot of resentment and upset in the world. The fact that so many people have got bugger all, and yet these few number of people have everything. I read recently that I saw in a TV show that in Scotland about 500 people, mainly lords and ladies and probably wealthy Russian billionaires, own half of the land in Scotland, which is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then again, who'd want to own any land in Scotland anyway?
No, but as Peter touched on, I didn't feel that this song was anyway close to a wagging your finger at people. It was more like, as Peter said, it's questioning why we've evolved into or devolved into. Devo was right.
Devo was right. So we saw that Devo show. It was really good. The song, in a way, it's almost like an alien wagging their finger at the human saying, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Why do you do this? It's so destructive. And it's not new. It's been going on for the last 6,000 years of our history. It's always been governed by the warrior alpha male principle, which is basically, the ability to bully other humans, less aggressive, less violent.
Right.
Humans,
We are unfortunately a very aggressive species, and we're very, successful species. Look, there's way too many of us probably on the planet. We're fouling our own nest as we go.
Are you releasing the single and the album yourselves, or will it also be a Demon release?
It'll be a Demon release.
Demon release, and we're sort of independently launching the film clip that goes with it.
Oh, okay. Right. Which I'm going to feature a little bit of that film clip right now.
Oh, great.
Wake up, humans. Fucking idiots. Wake up to yourself. The fuck are you doing now? When you gonna stop making them guns and bombs and drones and planes and trucks and tanks and jeeps and boats? When you gonna stop marching around in your stupid uniforms, marching around in your stupid uniforms? So do we need a spaceman to work it all out? Do we need an alien to calm it all down? Do we need a boogeyman to follow us around? Or do we just need a hairy old man on a cloud?
Now, how can viewers stay updated on all things Dog Trumpet?
Listen to you.
I will feature the address and the links and all that in this video. So
that's a very technical question for us. We're technical morons. Oh, well, we have Demon to help us out, and we've got our Dog Trumpet website, and Facebook, and we do all that sort of social media sort of stuff. So
Yeah.
the film clip will be out on Friday, so up on YouTube. So yeah, please check it out.
Anyway, that's it for this episode of this bite-sized edition of Beach Blanket Fort Bingo. I'd like to thank my special guests, Reg Mabasa and Peter O'Doherty from Dog Trumpet, for stopping by to discuss the brand new single, Fucking Idiots. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Beach Blanket Fort Bingo. Goodbye, everybody.
See you later. Thanks for having us on, Steve.
Thanks a lot. Cheers, Steve.